locations you would find that
Yeah,
black and
people,
whites are the same.
based on the conditions that they come from, the income level, all those kind of things has everything in the world to do with developing the people. The difference is the white folk got to put up on us because their physical skin will get them in places where we will not be able to be, even with a college degree. So they looking out for their people.
So how is it socially? I'm talking about socialism and capitalism now. How is this movie benefiting us really, like on a socialist level? Or any capital as far as money is concerned, currency.
Survey shows now that in a household, a white woman has 10 times as much money or resources than a black woman. So that puts us behind. Don't make no difference what kind of school we went to. The economical benefits is what it is that's going to create situations for us. And because we have a supremacist kind of thing based on color, not education, not nothing, just based on color. And as long as that's in place, and we don't do anything to resist it, and we don't, it's not going to be a right or wrong, or good or bad. It's going to be the white people, because of white supremacy, are going to get the benefit of everything, and you get the crumbs if there's anything to eat. So, that's a reality. That ain't because I said it, because of the praxis. This is a racist society, based on race. And I keep on hearing people talking about it ain't about white and black. I wish that I would wake up, I hope I could wake up one morning and see that that's so. Because I can whoop their ass in construction and all kinds of stuff. You understand what I mean? If I could get the bank loans and all that kind of stuff, I could do a $100 million contract. I mean, it ain't not having the ability, not having the resources, not being able to get the resources simply because of the color of your skin. That's what the problem is, as I see it.
So what are some solutions from this that we can adhere to and moving forward upon when it comes to as far as understanding that we ain't getting no real commodity or resources, substantial resources from this movie. As far as currency is concerned, what can we do and learn from this as far as our history and the Black Panther movie? What can we adhere to after understanding this?
I think people have to deal with the glory of the movie and then deal with the reality that they live.
Yes, sir.
And then once we start dealing with the reality in which we live, we start resisting. And once we start resisting, we're going to get more oppressed. And then that means that we have to free ourselves by any means necessary. We need to have all our neighborhoods, need to be run by us. We started that in a couple of cities. It was pretty well at first. And we don't need the police coming out here arresting people. We need to have a relation with the police. And I know people, fuck this pig, but you can say what you want, they have the power. Okay? So the only way we're going to gain a power base is to resist certain things. You're not coming out here and arresting people. We want to see the record, we want to see this, and we got to insist on it. But we don't insist on it. Well, it's the law. Who made the law? I didn't have nothing to do with it. So why do I need to just every time somebody says the law, go by it? Why can't I resist it if it's not serving me or my community? So that's resist. We talked about it years back. You have to resist.
Yes, sir. And then talking about resistance on a level, right now there's more sisters as far as population wise. Statistics say it. This is nothing new. White people know it. And there's more sisters, in our population free in the so-called society than there is black males and brown males, which are the same thing. They're in prison. So watching the movie, you see a lot of sisters that are warrior sisters that follow principle and structures, and not this whole feminist movement that is continuing to you know, tear our families apart really, and really cause the single mom type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I understand if that was the case already before because of something that occurred, because shit happens, right? But as far as, you know, adding more problems to one's life, because one thinks that, you know, the black man ain't nothing.
That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? What are some things that our women can learn from seeing the image of powerful sisters united, you know, defending the black man, and also, not that it's the first time, you know, that we've seen it. You know, I mean, in real life we've seen it, but I'm just saying, like, now, in this time, in 2018.
Queen Azina was a hell of a warrior. She led armies of black men,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't lead it in terms of disrespecting the culture. There's nothing wrong with women leading nothing
Right.
if they respect who we are and don't put somebody down because they might go to some kind of shop and learn how to do some, you know, karate or some stuff like that. We have to change the value system. We have to stop thinking like white people and start thinking like Africans. And even if we don't know how Africans think, we can go back to slavery at least.
Yes, sir.
And directly after slavery. In Reconstruction, see what our people did. Our people did some hell of a shit between 1882 and 1910, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's where we did a lot of development and gaps. Now, we scared to even talk about what happened in 1910, 1920. We had the greatest shakeup in the whole world happen here in the United States. I'm talking about immigration.
Yes, sir.
You know, we had millions of people coming from the South, going north and west and east and that kind of thing. Broke the Southern farmers. Broke them. They never recovered from it. Many of them who used to have money, because all of the blacks left, many of them used to have money. They dirt poor farmers now, but they got the history. Well, my granddad used to do this because they had slaves. Or they had people who was making minimum amount or something to survive on. I don't know how people decided that they were going to leave, but they did. They turned this system upside down. They talking about something happening in Europe. You know, I mean, it was a whole culture. People just went this way, that way, this way, you know? And the United States had to start looking at black people a different kind of way. More trickery, but they had to get us more involved in their Christianity and their way of life, okay? So they had to make us want to be white. They had to make us think that there was something wrong with us because we could never get it right. Not understanding that color is the highest form of class in America. And in the world today, as we see the French telling Muslims they can't wear their stuff, and you see English saying, you know, it was Muslims, you see Trump saying, you know, it's the immigrants. It don't make no difference what these crackers use to do it. They're using it based on race. They use it based on inadequate. You know, your nose don't look like right, so we gotta, you're a nigga. I'm just being real. And it's very clear to me because I was born in that kind of condition. All we doing is making a circle. They just using different stuff. Now they saying extremists, so they make that legal. COINTEL, they made that legal. You know, and you know, and it just goes on. And it goes backward and forward. And the problem is, we don't study, man. I'm not talking about being no professor. I'm just talking about basic stuff. We done got to the point that we don't even compare things. Mm-hmm. Well, man, what did you say that was? Now it says here, Rashid. Nigga, I was there. I was there. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, but okay. I take your word. No, you're not. You're taking that mechanical thing. The same man that put us in this condition, you're taking his word over mine. Mm-hmm. You know? So it's okay. it's okay. We're just gonna be set back another 50 years if young people don't get off these goddamn things and doing this, and at least look at some kind of book saying, okay, look at his phone and look at the book. So it was almost like that, but they took this out and that out. And that's what it is that reduces your knowledge. So that's what we gotta get with the young people on.
Yeah.
You know, they have to study. They have to do some research. And that hand thing you're holding in your hand is not research. It can introduce you to the information, but if you look at it, you'll find out, if you look at the book, or something similar to it, you say, dang, oh, okay. But then